It's Pride Month. It's Pride Month. And every Pride Month I try to do like these special rainbow nails that I love doing and they make me feel good. And I already did them once, but then I immediately I went and I painted something. As you can tell by the paint on my desk, I have done painting. I'm not good at it, as you can tell by the amount of paint that's on my desk. Um, I'm just staring at myself. I got paint on my nails so they looked ugly, and then I had to go paint a room at work yesterday, so I got more paint on my nails, so they looked even worse. So I took all the polish off, and I have my polish here, and we're gonna redo them. Also, I know my nails look yellow. That's because this nail polish is actually pretty sucky. I got it for like $10, so I'm not gonna complain. But it does stain my nails. But that's okay. That's okay because they're gonna be cute rainbows. Okay, so we got, this is our red, beautiful. Orange, also beautiful. Shake it up. You know, you always gotta make sure you shake it. Shake it good. Shake it real good. Yellow. You got 6 colors, right? Okay, yeah, I miscounted. Green. I can't even see them where I'm putting them. Gosh. Boop. Blue. And purple. So we got 6 colors. I've only got 5 nails in each hand, so we're gonna cut them in half. So it'll be, this one will be half red, half orange, half yellow, green, blue, purple. Make sense? Also, I'm not good. I've tried to do these with tape before, where you put tape on your fingers so you get a straight line. That worked awful. I really don't have painter's tape. I don't have fancy nail tape. So we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna we're just gonna wing it. Okay? If you can, I have shaky hands, yet I can still make a pretty straight line on my nails. It's Pride Month. It doesn't have to be straight, guys. Okay? So it's fine. We're gonna start with some of the lighter colors. Yellow is the most difficult because this is a terrible yellow. You have to put 2 or 3 coats on to actually make it be seen. So what we're gonna do, I'll move closer. Count them right so I don't fuck it up. Okay. My fine motor skills are not what they could be. But there. Half yellow. Perfect. Beautiful. Okay, I'm just counting to make sure I'm doing them on the right fingers because otherwise I'll have to restart. Baby. Okay, I fucked that one up. I can do this. I can do this. I can paint my nails upside down because I am talented. And no one is allowed to say I'm not. Simply Nailogical, eat your heart out. I have to get used. I keep doing just things with my hands because I'm used to talking with my hands, but I'm oh shit, that could be a gang sign. That could be. Anything could be. There's so many gangs, any of them could be a gang sign. Oh, I found a Lego brick. It's fine. It's fine. Hands. I know I'm gay. I don't have to talk with my hands. I can just I can be normal. I can present as straight. I think most people thought I was straight for 16 years, so that's fine. That's fine. Oh god, I fucked it up. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. There's no way I ever do these nails and they end up perfect. That has never once happened. I've done them for 3 years. 3 years, because I just realized that my head was over the shot. I came out when I was 16, and now I'm 19. So probably 3 years. I don't know if I always did them in June, though. But yeah. I might have done them before I came out. Because, I was an ally of the LGBTQ community. So I was I like rainbows, but it's not because I like girls. Definitely don't. But yeah. I like my coming out story because it wasn't a big deal. I don't live in I live in Canada, which is pretty accepting place. I live in the Maritimes, which is a little bit less, but I do live in one of the bigger cities in the Maritimes. So it's not completely rural. It's not full of it is full of hicks, but it's not. People don't get hate crimed in the streets. It's pretty safe here. And my parents were never homophobic in the least. They were always supportive of the community when I was young. Like I don't know, my hairdresser was gay. That was the first gay person I met. And like my mom just explained like, oh, he has a boyfriend. You know how I'm married to your dad? Well, he's dating this other guy. And that was just it. That was just it. It was like, well, okay. We also had the same birthday, and I really loved that. Even still, I was absolutely terrified to come out. It took me 4 years. I started to like women when I was 12, and I was very confused, and I spent 2 years very confused and trying to figure out what the fuck was wrong, because I knew I liked boys. I knew I liked boys. But then I also liked girls, and I didn't really understand what bisexuality was. I had no idea. I found out when I was 14 what bisexuality was, and that's when I like learned that I was bisexual. And then I spent like 2 more years with internalized biphobia, thinking that I couldn't be bisexual. I must either be a lesbian or straight. I'm not allowed to be bisexual. But I had never once seen a bisexual character. The first bisexual character I ever saw was Rosa Diaz from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But I was already out at that point. It would have been right after I came out, I believe, that Rosa Diaz came out. And that was cool. But yeah, I didn't know what bisexuality was. So I was just like, girls are so pretty, but like it's just like I just think that they're cool. Like I want to be a pretty girl, you know. I don't want to kiss a pretty girl. What? No, of course not. No. No. How dare I? So yeah, that kept me up at night for about 2 years. Oh look, it's the pan. You can't really see my thumbs, but it's the pan flag right now. The pan flag is such a pretty flag. Story time on why it took me so long to like accept that I was bisexual. There was a girl in middle school. I'm just waiting for my nails to dry. There was a girl in middle school. She was a grade above me, and she had been dating a guy, and then they broke up, and then she started dating a girl, and she called herself bisexual. And then I remembered a very specific point. This was when I was determining what I was. I would have been in the 7th grade. One of my best friends at the time, they were talking about how she had broken up with the boyfriend, because the boyfriend also went to the school, but the girlfriend did not. They were saying how bisexuality wasn't real, and how she was actually just a lesbian, but she didn't want to make her ex-boyfriend feel bad. So she called herself bisexual. So that fucked me over for a long time. And of course, like I don't blame the person who said that to me, because of course they were kids as well, you know. But it still made things harder. I got more involved with musical theater, and that was when I started to meet other people in the queer community. Because of course, no one was out in middle school. No one was. Of course, why would you do that? Why would you come out in middle school? You're just gonna get, bullied. So I had been doing musical theater probably since grade 5. And in grade 7, I met a couple of the queer people through musical theater. And I didn't know any bisexual people, but I met someone who was aro ace, and I met a lesbian, and it was cool. And then right about when I was 16, the first time I ever came out, I had gone to a summer camp, a musical theater summer camp, of course, because I was the nerd. And I was talking with these 2 girls. One was, they're both lesbians, and one of them was ace. And I was talking with them about gay things. They were talking about how they come out to their parents. And I had resolved, I knew what I was at that point, but I wasn't sure if I was ready to say it. I was talking with these 2 girls, and they were talking about coming out, and then all of a sudden one of them turned toward me and was like, "Are you straight?" And I was like, "No, I'm bisexual." And that was the first time I'd ever said it to anyone. And that was so, so cool. But then immediately after, I got home, and I was so, so scared, because another girl at the summer camp I knew. So I was worried that they would tell this other girl in the class, whose mother was best friends with my mother. And I really didn't want my family to know secondhand. That just seemed like an awful idea to me. So I spent 2 weeks, and I was like, oh shit, okay, I've got to come out to my parents. I've got it. So I believe I came out to my mom first. I came out to my mom, my sister, and my dad like within a couple days, like all of them within a couple days. My dad, I actually sent a text. I texted him, said I'm bisexual. He was just confused as to why I texted him that. He was like, "We're talking about this when you get home," or something like that. And yeah, I came home and I said, "Yeah, this is what that is, and I don't want to talk about it." So that was it. That was it. My dad's always been sweet about it. He's a great guy. This is a thing that I think a lot of queer people go through. I knew that my parents were supportive of other people in the gay community, but I was so scared that it would be different when it came to me. So I was so scared that my parents were going to do that to me. Be like, it's okay if our hairdresser is gay, but you can't be gay. That's not fair. So I talked to my mom. I think she was driving me back home from school. She didn't pick me up from school. She picked me up from somewhere. I was in 10th grade when this all happened, when I came out to people, when I went to summer camp. And I told her, Mom, I'm bisexual. And she didn't. It was the first time that I'd encountered specifically biphobia, was when I came out to my mother. Because she was sort of like, oh, you know, Dot, it's okay if you're a lesbian. And then I just said, I was just kind of floored by that because I had spent so much time. The previous 2 years, I was like, I can't be bisexual. I can't be bisexual. I either have to be straight or a lesbian. Either or. I can't like both. I have to choose. So just to have my mom tell me, just like her immediate thought process being like, oh, that's not a thing. She's probably just gay. You know, like it's probably a stepping stone to her just liking women. That kind of really floored me. And then I don't really think I said much about it. I think I just was quiet on the rest of the way home. And then the last person I came out to was my sister, and it was kind of the worst one. And I've kind of talked to her about this. I don't think she really understands again what she did wrong, but it's okay. 'Cause it was also one of those things where it was because I was the one coming out to her. I know she would never react that way to like any of her friends, and it wasn't terrible. She was okay with it. Basically, I told her, like, hey, sister, I'm bisexual. And she's like, she basically tried to explain my own sexuality to me. She said, okay, so you like boys and girls, but do you, like, not like non-binary people? I was like, no, I mean, I've never, like, really met a non-binary person. I'm 16, but I probably would like them too. She's like, okay, well, if you like all genders, then you're pansexual, and blah, 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 or you're blah, 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 blah. And it was, pretty not great. I went home and cried, because by the time I figured out what bisexual was, I looked more into other sexualities. I learned about pansexual. Then I learned that I didn't want to identify as that. Even if it is technically true. It's technically true that I'm pansexual. I'm attracted to all genders. Okay? But I choose to identify as bisexual. One, at the time, the biggest reason was that it was a much more common term. It still wasn't common. I still had to explain it to almost everyone I came out to. But people at least had heard of bisexual. If they knew anything about the queer community, they had heard about bisexual. No one had heard of pansexual. No straight person had heard of pansexual. So I wasn't going to do that. One of the current reasons I identify with it is that I'm aware that I like men and women in different ways. You know? There isn't like sort of an ideal person archetype that I'm attracted to. I'm attracted to men and women separately. But it really irked me that I had spent 4 years trying to figure out this thing, crying myself to sleep about it, and then she immediately was just like, no, you're wrong. You've got it wrong. That's not what you are. So I had one really good coming out experience. This was my favorite one. And this is what you should do if someone comes up to you. So I came out to my parents it would have been August. Came out to my family in August. And then in September, I went back to school. It was 10th grade. I went to school. So I decided to come out to like a few of my close friends first. So I went up to my friend who I'd known since kindergarten. And I told her, hey, you, I don't want to say your name, I'm bisexual. And she's like, that's great. And she's like, can I give you a hug? I'm really happy that you could tell me this. And that was the best reaction I think I've ever gotten. Because it didn't make a big, she didn't make a big deal about it, but it did acknowledge that it was kind of a big deal. You know? Because when someone comes out to you, it is kind of a big deal. Because they've probably spent a long time thinking about it. And it'd be great if coming out wasn't a big deal. That'd be cool, but that's not where we are as a society. It is a big deal when someone comes out to you. So treat it with the respect it deserves, you know? And that was great. I came out as bisexual publicly on an Instagram post of I put a black screen and I just put in the caption, I'm bisexual. And that was it. I disabled the comments and I disabled like the likes and everything. Not because I was worried about getting hate. I did not want people. And a few people actually messaged me and it was actually very sweet. I probably still have those messages. And looking back, half of the people that messaged me saying, I'm here, like, if you need to talk about anything, like, I'm proud of you, are gay. I deleted that Instagram post probably 2 weeks after. And because now I just have it, like, in my bio that I'm queer, because I want people to know. I don't want people to assume that I'm straight. First time I kissed a girl, I'm still friends with her. We were friends at the time. All four of us were hanging out at my house one night, drinking apple juice. And they were just like asking, we were playing, I think, Never Have I Ever. And I said, never have I ever kissed anyone. And then she was like, you've never kissed anyone? I was like, no. She was like, come here! And that was my first kiss. She was, come here! And then she kissed me. I think I need to do a second coat of all these. I think I should. Second coat. Yeah, that's another thing. I spent a long time thinking about, because I thought that I had to be either straight or lesbian, so I spent a long time thinking about whether I was more attracted to men or women. And the weird thing is that I've spent so much time thinking about it, it's kind of equal. But in a weird way. So, like 90% of guys are straight, liking women. But only 10% of them are attractive to me. I don't know I think probably 0 of them are attracted to me. But, I find about 10% of them attractive. And then only 10% of girls like women, but 90% of those girls are hot to me. So in the weird, the eligibility of, the odds, yeah. There's the same amount of eligible men to eligible women in my dating pool. And I think that's kind of cool how that just happened to be. Okay. My right hand is worse than my left. And that's how it always goes. I am right-handed. It's difficult to do right hand. But I think this is going to be it. And now we have rainbow notes. And I freaking love them. I think... And I'm probably going to fuck them up before the day is over. But it's fine, because for right now, they look pretty. And that's, honestly, isn't that all we can ask for? I'm happy with them. They're cute. And I think I'm gonna go. So you guys all have a lovely day. Happy Pride.
Bye! Also, if you made it this far and you think this is cool, I mean, you could subscribe if you want. Okay, yeah, okay.